Hey guys, it's makeup tutorial time again.
Okay.
Hey Hot Miss Cam.
Oh my god.
Yes!
There you
Woo!
I've got bipolar disorder. My shit's not in order. I'm overweight.
Very,
I'm
very
always
simple.
late. I've
I
got
use this.
too many things
Okay.
to say. I rock
Camera
my
cut out
jeans,
again.
cat earrings,
Hey Hot Miss
extra-
Cams. Hey guys, thanks for stopping by my channel today. I'm going to do something a little bit different. I thought it would be fun to go back in time and do a couple videos. I'm actually going to do today my 90s look, and I don't mean what the 90s look like, what is coming back, like the modern version of the 90s look. I'm actually going to be using the same products that I did back in the day when I was in the 90s and just do my face just exactly like I did back then. I actually went to the store and got everything that I would have used back then. In fact, most of the stuff is kind of the same, other than the packaging being a little bit different looking. I think I got it. There's one or two things that I wasn't able to find, but I have something that is similar to it that will work just as well, or something that I would probably pick out anyway. That's why I look like this, little plain Jane. I will also have an accompanying video as well. I will do that one probably. I would probably have uploaded that one first, so this will be the second one. So if you're seeing this one, we have another one which I am doing my 80s hair. And I didn't have much makeup going on there, but you'll see what I do as far as the makeup is concerned. But it's mostly about the 80s hair that I used to rock back in the 80s. But today we are going to be doing the 90s. So the main thing about the 90s for me was I had a big bump on my head, like pompadour-like thing, but I didn't know it was cool. I mean, I was cool before it was even cool as far as the pompadour thing. I don't know where I got it. I don't know what made me start wearing it, but that's where I went with it. I am going to start with the makeup though, and then do my hair. I have pictures to show you. This was when I was probably about 16. Sweet Jesus. Can you see that? Oh my goodness. Look at that hair. Look how big. And then we have Mikhail, what's his name? Oh, Baryshnikov. My mom was obsessed with him. But anyway, there I am. I do have some makeup on, but as I said, I was only 16, so I didn't have much going on. But that was the hair. That's what started it. So I had this from about 15 or 16. This is when I was pregnant with the twins. I looked really tired, but I was still kind of trying to rock it. This was after the twins, and I was still rocking it. So this was in 93. This was probably in 94. This is when I actually had it put together. It did go down a little bit. Come on, focus, focus. There I am with my babies. They're now 23. They'll be 24 in a few months. Oh my goodness. I'm aging myself. But I was only like 18 there, 19. So. And last but not least, this was, I'll hide my friend's face, but this was a New Year's Eve, and this is when I had it a little bit bigger, but a bit more polished. And this was still like 94, 95. So I was still rocking it. There you go. So there's the proof that I did wear that kind of hairstyle, and you saw the makeup. This one shows the makeup a lot of how I was actually wearing it. Come on, come on. Focus, focus. It does show this was the look I'm going for right now as far as what kind of makeup I was going. This was what I was rocking for most of the 90s. I really didn't get into makeup. I mean, really get into makeup until like about 5 years. And when I say really getting into makeup, meaning being almost slightly obsessed with it. Other than that, I would just basically try to put some on. When I thought about makeup, I thought about, I thought it was something that was going to make me pretty. Not that I ever needed it. I never felt like I needed it or anything like that. I just thought that was just like, I was confident enough already, and so that was just another leg up for it, like it was a bonus. So that's how I started it. As far as my makeup is concerned all together, I think the first time I ever put makeup on was when I was, oh my god, like 12 or 13, and my mom had given me whatever makeup she didn't want, and it was all kinds of random colors, like pink lipstick and like bright pink blush, and it was like blue eyeshadow or green eyeshadow. And I remember one time, the first time I ever tried to do it, and I remember thinking, no, I'm gonna do it, because my friend would buy, her parents would only buy her clear mascara and lip gloss, and maybe if she was lucky she would get like a tinted lip gloss. So that's all she wore. She was beautiful, nice tan blonde, you know, California girl. That's when I lived in California. So that was what I was basing beauty on at the time. But my mom let me do whatever I wanted, so she gave me all this, and I just remember putting it so much on and thinking, wow, this is a lot of color, but at least I can wear makeup and my friend can't, kind of attitude. And I remember she knocked on the door, and I opened up the door, and this is just when I started discovering boys and being interested in boys, like caring what they thought. So I remember I had opened it, and it was her, and that's all I saw was her. And she's like, hey, and I'm like, hey, you like my makeup? I put makeup on. You know, like what you would talk to your friend behind closed doors. And she's like, yeah, looks great. And she's kind of looking at me like, oh my god. And I was like, why, what's wrong? And she's like, here, so-and-so's here to say hi. And I was just like dying, because not only did he hear my secret conversation, but two, he's seeing me with all this clown makeup, which I was confident enough already in my own little fishbowl, but when you start bringing in people that you're not prepared to see or have them see you like that, I was just like mortified. And he just rolled with the flow, because he kind of liked me, and he was just like, hey, yeah, you look good. And I was just like dying. But anyway, that was my first experience, real experience with makeup, and so that's where I went from there. Other than that, I really didn't put too much makeup on. And this right now, what I'm showing you today, is where the real foundation of my makeup journey went. This is what I was wearing. This is it. So here we go. Alright, so I used to just put foundation on, and the one I was always grabbing for was CoverGirl foundation. I got Classic Ivory. I think that was the same color I got back then. The bottle obviously is different, but it still kind of resembled this bottle, so I know this was the one I got. So let's just put this on. I don't usually do chit chat videos, just because I feel like they get a little bit long, so yeah. And I did not put, I'm trying to go as OG as I can. I did not use anything as far as brushes or anything when I'm getting the white. As far as brushes are concerned, when I put my foundation on, so I'm just gonna go ahead and put it on with my hands. I did put lotion on. My face still feels dry. I did put lotion on. I always did put lotion on. I'm gonna put some of this Sea Plasma hair skin stuff. Smells good. It's amazing. All right, so I would literally dot it on my face. I still kind of do this kind of process, and it smells exactly how I remember it smelling. kind of clean. Remember back then you used to, well, I know I did, take your makeup off or wash your face with Noxzema. Like, it would burn your face off. Like, the first layer would always come off. That's kind of what it smells like. Okay. So, this is what I would do. Then I would use my hands. I don't like doing this, but I would use my hands and just rub it in. Now I remember I have tried this foundation before, I mean prior to this, just to use it for any of my daily stuff. And I know it's not a big fan of my skin, so I'm not going to fight with it just because I want it to be as original as could be. And see what happens. Yep. I haven't put makeup on with my fingers for so long. I'm not a big fan of it. Oh, this is gross. Okay, so that's the foundation. This definitely, I don't have any kind of like base or anything on as far as like foundation or face primer or anything like that, or any kind of like a wrinkle filler or whatever you want to call it, because you know, back in the 90s I didn't have that much wrinkles up there. I did have to really exfoliate my skin. This foundation's not the best for my skin. Definitely will use it. It's in my collection. And like I said, it says clean, and that's what it smells like. It smells very fresh and clean, almost like that Noxzema. Now the next step that I would do, I would powder my face. Now I actually didn't start doing this until right before my kids were born, so not in, probably 91 is when I started. And the only reason was because I just didn't know, and I had a girlfriend, and she, you know how you pick up tips from other people and your friends or whatever. Now she would always do this. She'd put her foundation on and then she'd pack the shit out of her face. So I got CoverGirl, and the packaging is different. It was brown back in the day, but it had more of like a, you know, back in the 70s old school kind of look, but the same stuff. And this is actually from the Clean line too, and I got Creamy Natural, and this too smells like that Noxzema, same smell as back in the day. And I'm kind of scared because I don't powder as much anymore. I mean, I try not to because of all my wrinkles, but I literally would spread this shit everywhere. Oh, it's not as bad. It's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. But yeah, this is what I would do. It must be cooperating since I'm recording. But like I said, I would powder the crap out of it. And I wish the foundation would work. I'd have to use my little oil trick and see if it will work, because I love the coverage, because it's like it says it's clean, so I'm assuming it's going for like a coverage, yet it's making your skin kind of show through, which I don't mind, you know, some of my redness and stuff. And actually it doesn't look too bad. Around the nose it's a little dry, but oh well. It wouldn't be that way back in the day because my skin was pretty good. Now, the only kind of color I had on my face was blush. Now I got 2 of them. This one I was trying, and these were classic colors. It says classic colors. This one I was trying just in my everyday makeup stuff prior. It doesn't smell. I can't smell anything. It says it's a classic color. This is a natural glow. I just started using this because I was like, I had to get a couple. I was trying to get the original color that I would use back in the day. This one caught my eye. This is a beautiful color. It's got a lot of shimmer on it. So if you want like an inner glow on your face, this would work really good. Also from CoverGirl. It looks like I was doing all CoverGirl back in the day. So, you know, that's all we had a lot of the time, especially for somebody that was 16 to 21, you know. So I've been using this one and it's working well. But that wasn't the color I used. The color I did use was this Iced Plum, and I kept it in the packaging because I wanted to use it just for today. The packaging itself is kind of different compared to what it used to be back in the day. Now it comes in this little tiny compact, like this. And I didn't have any brushes back then, so I will be using this special brush that they give you. I threw out the one in the natural glow because, yeah, and it's a classic color, which I thought was amazing. It like they made them or kept them around just for me for this video. But it's Ice Plum classic color blush. Beautiful blush color made with good to your skin ingredients that give you a natural healthy look. So basically I would use this for my blush, and I'm sure I would just probably do this. I actually like the color. I think I got too much on. You can't really control the color with that blush. Let me just use some of this bad boy, see if we can calm it down a little bit. Actually, I think I used to do this back in the day too anyway. Now I remember a trick that I used. This powder's not too bad. I like it. And every time I smell it, it makes me go back. There was a trick back in the day. I think I watched it on some kind of TV show when we only had like 5 channels or whatever. This is when Lifetime Channel used to do cooking shows. I remember watching Bobby Flay. He was on there, and then they had 1 or 2 gals on there that would do like DIY or little tips, and one of the tips was to use your blush as an eyeshadow. I thought, oh my gosh, light bulb city, yes, you know, because I wasn't into eyeshadow or anything. I really didn't think about it, but I thought, I already got blush, so I would put my blush on my eyes, and I literally would just do this. How people thought I was cute is amazing. Now, my eyebrows used to be a little thicker back in the day, until about, shoot, and I'm applying it exactly how I think I applied it back in the day. I wasn't very sloppy, but the brush sucks. So that's what I would do. Can you see? A lot of stuff going on. I wouldn't do anything with the eyebrows. With my eyes, I would use a Wet n Wild. I probably wouldn't have used this particular pencil. This one's obviously different. It's Color Icon. But I would have used a Wet n Wild, and I would line my eyes. And I didn't have a wing. And yes, I did used to pull my eye as well. I still do it, and although they say I just have like really hooded eyes, and they've always kind of been difficult. So yeah, I would go all the way to the end like that, and then I would do the waterline too. Makes my eyes look so small. That's probably why my eyes look so small in that one photo that I showed you. And I got this kind of look, the putting the eyes on the top, or the liner on the top, and then lining my bottom, from my mom. My mom always lined her eyes. The one couple times that she would get ready and stuff, she would put her eyeliner on and then line her eyes. That was Wet n Wild. I probably would have used that. So all of these are still original things that I would probably use. And I would, for my eyelashes, use this. This is actually from Maybelline. Surprise. Everybody knows this. I already had this in my collection. I didn't go out and buy it. I would have obviously had the original brush, but this is what I got now. But it's the same kind of stuff. This is kind of fun to go back and try it, and then to see how far you've gone through your journey of, you know, things like, for me, the makeup journey. And seriously, like I said, I really didn't do too much as far as eyeshadow was concerned, other than that blush trick for years. I might have done a different color brush, but before I really started getting into makeup, which was only about 5 years ago, I had one of those caboodles, and don't get me wrong, I did have a couple palettes that I would get from like Christmas or something when I was about 16 or 17. I did play around, but that was mostly just hanging out and playing around. I wasn't really going outside or anything with it. Now, the coveted 90s lips. Now, let me go. Hang on. All right, the coveted 90s lips. Now, back in the day, because I was there, this is what we would do. Like real people. We would get a lip liner. This is when lip liners started getting really into being mainstream. Another trick I found on one of those little tip shows. I wouldn't have used NYX. I would have used Wet n Wild, but I could not for the life of me find the color. But it would be a brown color, and this is as similar as I can get, as close as I can get. This one's actually sand beige in NYX form. And we would literally line the lips. And then fill it in with the lipstick or the lip liner. And we would use one of two things. One, we would use some kind of gloss, Rolly Gloss, basic, or we would use probably not Burt's Bees, but like a chapstick. I usually would go for the gloss. And there was a lot of matte lips back then. But this is how I would get my look. I did evolve after a while, and I started wearing a color. I'm not sure if this is the original color I'd use or if this is a newer color, but it was in Revlon. I did get, I already had this in my collection, and I do use this because the tube is gone. But I did evolve from this brown to a orange color. I was wearing orange all the time. This was something that I would wear all the time. But we're gonna go ahead and keep this one on. But this is what I would use too after I got over this from about 93, 94. I got over it and I started wearing orange everywhere. Like that's all you saw was me in bright orange lipstick with the same makeup, But there's the lips, those the colored lips that everybody wants. They say Kylie Jenner, but bitch, we used to do this back in the day, so we already know. That's it. That's all we did. Now for the hair. Basically, I did brush it. My hair looks like crap. I would use a hair clip. You know those like one hair clips, but I don't have it. I don't have a hair clip anymore. My hair is really greasy and stuff, and I apologize, but we're just gonna go. And you know what? If I had that hair clip, I could probably do this in my sleep too, because I used to do it so much, and then I would get so angered because I would have to take a lot of time. And then I would fluff it up. This would be flat. This would be like this. Oh, let's see. With the hair thing, it would be like this. But I don't have a hair clip, so I'm just going to use this little claw thing. There you go. '90s created. Okay, there. I kind of messed with it a little bit. I would fluff up the edges here. I would probably tease it just a little bit. I actually still do this a little bit when I do other kind of things. Tease it. Ooh, maybe not that great. Yeah. And then I would spray it with some spray, hairspray. That's so funny. Not a fan of the lip or the look, other than the lips itself. It works good too. Can't see, maybe because the light's not really well, but the lip stuff I would probably use. It's always a go-to. It's really quick. All you need is 2 things, and in reality, you really don't need it. You just need the lipstick. That's what everybody's trying to go for. If you want more matte, then you would do, back in the day when it did start going matte, you would literally do your line it and then color it in with the lip pencil, and then you would take your powder and you would literally powder lightly on top of it and then brush off any kind of excess that was on it so it doesn't look white or dry. And yeah, in fact, I could probably do it now. Okay, so let me just go ahead and show you what we would do. Lip gloss is pretty much gone. Let me put a little bit more color on there. And then you would use your blood or powder. Load it up. That's sexy, huh? That's it. OG Kylie Jenner. I even hate bringing her up because everybody makes it seem like she's the one that kind of made it come back, or that she made, that was like her look, she did it. No, we used to do it back in the day, and this is originally how we did it. That's original right there. See you guys later. I hope you guys enjoy this. It's really funny. It's actually kind of entertaining for me, but this is not. I'm glad I evolved. Until next time, I will talk to you guys later. Bye.